Fresh out of the shower. Let's get started. Hey guys, so it has been a while. There have been many things that have been changing and transpiring, and I've been just trying to get through it. A lot of people may know, well, not a lot of people, roughly like 300 people, right? Know me from streaming on Twitch. I had to step away from streaming on Twitch for several reasons, right? I had a little one. I kind of don't want to say more than that. Just know that there have been things that are changing, and I am trying to move forward to bigger, better things. Not necessarily here on YouTube, but in my personal life. And like I needed time. And I am back, and my creative juices are flowing, and we're gonna start a new thing, I think. I'm gonna try to post a little bit more often here on YouTube. Maybe occasionally I'll live stream on YouTube and or on Twitch. I don't know. When things get a little bit more stable, when, you know, things calm down a little bit, because things are a little chaotic, and, you know, that's fine. It's just the flow of life. Things get chaotic and things start to settle down and finally become stable. But when things start getting stable and I have more of a flow instead of fighting for things, I will post, or rather, I will stream on YouTube and or Twitch. I might let Twitch go, I think, for the time being, just because it's hard for me to get on live. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do a shuffle and do like a tarot read. So my idea here is to draw 3 cards once per video, and then on the 4th video, kind of do a reading and go from there. All right, so let's get to shuffling. Let's see where this is going to take us. That was pretty fast. Was not expecting it to jump quite as quickly. So we have 3 cards that came out, that jumped out at us. The first one is one of the major arcana, the World. I know it's a little bright, I'm sorry. Okay. The second one that jumped out at us, these all came together, okay? And we're not going to do a reading yet. We're going to do the 3 videos first, and then do a reading of the whole card set, or the whole card pull, on that 4th video. So this next one is the 7 of Goblets. I'm like, I can't see what you guys are seeing. I know it's bright. I don't know how to change that. I'll probably go ahead and take pictures of these and put them up. And the last one is another major arcana, is Death. Death could be pretty scary, but it doesn't necessarily mean the death of a person. It could be the change of routine, or the death of something that has been transpiring, you know. Anyway, we're not doing the reading now. We're gonna go ahead and set these aside, and on the next video I'll do another shuffle and have one more or several cards jump right back at us. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and do some makeup. So like I said, things have been happening. Not necessarily all good and not necessarily all bad. But I'm gonna try to get more to YouTube. Sorry if there's a little bit of a jiggle. My vanity isn't stable, making my little tripod not stable, because my tripod is on my vanity. Yeah, I've missed like doing little videos for you guys. I miss streaming. I really do. It's the interaction with people that I miss, I guess. And like, I stepped back for a very long time on even gaming. Like, I like gaming. I like playing video games, all sorts, like Tomb Raider, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Valorant, a bunch of things. They just literally haven't been in the cards lately. And now that I'm getting into a little bit of gaming again, and I have a little bit of time now that my son's a little bit older and he's a little bit more independent, I could go and do that. you know. I am going to do my very best not to overthink things, because I tend to overthink a lot of things. And my goal is to not, even though I'm like thinking about what I'm saying and trying to be careful of what I say, because things could be a little sensitive, if you know what I mean. I'm just mapping out my brows here. I don't want this to be completely quiet either. Like, I don't want this to be entirely makeup or entirely gaming. I want to bring you into my life without spilling too much just yet, if that makes any sense. My thing, I'm thinking about maybe posting once a week. I'm gonna try to get ahead and like film as much as possible so I can go ahead and do that. That way I have stuff waiting and I'm not rushing to like get the footage, do the editing, post it online on YouTube. I'm gonna try to be a little ahead this time. I feel like anytime I do this brow, it's more arched than the other one. And I'm just sketching out like the layout, mapping out my brows with the NYX, what is this? The NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color black. My hair is currently like a dark brown. I did dye it black. I did dye it black 2 weeks ago, but it's like, because I wash my hair every day, it's a sensory issue for me. I don't like how my scalp feels if it's not washed daily. Some people are gonna say, oh, that's too much for your scalp, or some people go, yeah, I totally understand. It depends on the person and depends how you feel. I feel like after a long day, a hot shower is the absolute best. Take the stressors of the day away. Relax the body with the hot water. Get ready for bed, do some light reading. Everybody's gonna be different though. Like, some people might not do their brows like I do, and that's fine. I have been trying to go a little bit more natural with my makeup. I feel like in the past it's been very heavy. So I think today, instead of using like a foundation, I'm going to use a tinted serum. I've been liking it a lot, especially for work, because I work outside all day. I don't get makeup absolutely everywhere. And like for work, I don't even put blush or nothing on that. I'll do blush and stuff today. Just, you know, because I don't have to go anywhere today. Beautiful. I will brush a spoolie through the brow and then clean it up with a little bit of concealer though. I do that on the daily. I think the last time I even posted a video, I was not a campus supervisor. I think I was in the classroom with students. And I really like both jobs. I really do. The campus supervisor does pay a little bit more money. But now I'm trying to get out of it. Excuse me. I'm trying to get out of it just because it's not what I want to do with my life, if that makes any sense. I know a lot of people will get that. It's not what I want to do with my life. I am currently going back to school for computer science. Originally, I wanted to do occupational therapy, but the more I thought about it, the more I figured that the certificates that I have through Google for IT would come into better use if I was actually in an IT or help desk role. So that's what I'm going for. If I have to step up the ladder, that's what I'm going to do. But I don't want to be physically active for work like I am. Like, you have to understand, like, I'm getting like 16,000, 20,000 steps a day. That's not sustainable long term. And I've been doing this now for 3 years. And I could already feel it in my body. My body's saying, nope, let's try something different. And that's okay. Being in a transition, right? That's why there's the death card. Anyway, trying not to interpret the cards now. I am currently thinking about it, because how could you not think about it, right? But if you want, you could give me your interpretation of what those 3 cards are down in the comments. I don't know why I did that. If you want, you could give me your interpretation of those 3 cards down in the comments, and we'll see what the other 2 pulls are and do an entire reading and see what we get. Put a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand. I use the stick concealer. This one is by NYX. I'm going to use a little bit of a cotton swab here to clean up the brows, especially in some places that I went a little bit heavier. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. Go underneath so that I'm not having like a grayish transition between the concealer and the brow. Give my brows a little bit more of a shape here. I feel like this one is thicker. It's thicker and more arched. I feel like it always happens. Oh my gosh. See, I like how that one looks though. That's as good as it's gonna get for now. I'm gonna take that concealer that I have on the back of my hand and a little teeny tiny detailing brush, kind of swirl it around in that concealer without picking up too much, and going right underneath to clean it up. Bring it down a little bit to blend. And doing it this way too, I could see where I need to fill in so my brow isn't so arched down underneath. And then I'm just gonna fill it in a little bit with this pen. I'm trying not to make this too much of like a tutorial, more than a like get to know me kind of dealio, but you know, I guess I watch too many YouTube tutorials. That looks better. I feel like I need to fill in the top portion here on this side. Just a tad. I'm gonna go in with that pen here and like fill her in. That's a little bit better. I like that. I'm gonna stick with that. I said I was gonna use a serum, but I think I'm gonna use the Tear Cushion Foundation. Mostly because I don't want to wash my hands after using the serum. I don't like how the serum, I don't like using makeup with my bare hands. I like using tools and stuff, and with the serum, it looks better if you like rub it in. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna use this quick foundation here. I'm not gonna use any concealer, I don't think. We'll see where this takes us. I really like this. I like how smooth it feels. A lot of the foundations that I currently have, because I do work outside, are too light for me now. I would like to get to a place where my skin isn't so dark, so my foundations match. And I don't want to buy anything new. I guess I could use like, I don't know, bronzer or something to darken my makeup, but I don't want to do that. I want to just use it and go, especially for work. I'm just using it to cover up on my little dark spots. And I did get, this is like the trial size. This is like a 0.05 ounce or something. So the puffers, or the little sponge thingy, is super, super, super small. It feels good to be doing this. I haven't done this in a while. I want to be able to do more of this without feeling so tired all the time. Is that maybe a medical thing? Maybe. I'm just, you know, going through some mental and physical changes, and then on top of that, like, work is just work. I don't know how else to describe it besides it being physical. It could be mentally exhausting too. think that's just about even. If it's not, I'm gonna go ahead and use a stippling brush and kind of like stipple the rest of that and blend it out nice. So it doesn't look so, it's not my face. It is a little bit light, as you can see, but we'll fix that a little bit with some bronzer. I think this one is the closest to my actual skin right now as far as my neck goes. It was super light, my forehead. Yeah, I'm just outside all the time. My foundations don't really match me anymore. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Buttermelt bronzer on like a thick floofy brush. I used this one yesterday, so it's relatively clean. I need to go in and wash all my brushes. I'm just gonna place that, and then I'm gonna use the stippling brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. I feel like I came down a little too far. I'm gonna go back with that sponge. Excuse me. I'm gonna go back with that sponge and kind of like blend it a little bit better without adding any extra product. I'm gonna take whatever is left over on the brush, and I'm just gonna go down the sides of my nose a little bit, into my brow, and then under my nose. I know this is a bronzer, but I'm using it as contour because I don't actually have like a contour color. So before we move the bronzer anymore, I'm going to use a little bit of a brush, and this is, what is it? Suave Mauve, and it's the ELF Camo Concealer, and my hair is in the way. Just gonna place it a little bit high on the cheekbones, just the teeniest, tiniest dot. You don't need any more than that. Get it as close as possible to my eye and blend it into the eye area a little bit. Anything else that we want to talk about today? I haven't really been watching any shows. Again, there's no really time for me to do that. I am going to school again, as I said, for computer science. I do a lot of reading. Recently got into like sewing and crocheting a little bit, not too much. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose actually. Again, there's really no time for that, especially since I'm going to school part-time. That's a little much. Going to school part-time, computer sciences, trying to move up with the district. I'm trying to do all this, just trying to get my life together in general. I feel like I've been kind of out of it for a while. Getting my finances together, trying to find a home, trying to, just living life. Life is hard, especially right now with the gas prices being almost $6 a gallon. No, thank you. All right, going back in with the bronzer. Gonna like come down the side here, down underneath the blush a little bit. Just bring back the dimension in my face. Swirl some down here. Oh, I'm also planning my son's 5th birthday. We're gonna do it on an indoor playground. Oops, I grabbed the wrong one. We're gonna do it on an indoor playground because his birthday is in the middle of summer. And in Southern California, it is way too hot to be outside during the summer. You guys know Garden of Banban? That video game? Yeah, that's the theme that my son wants this year. So I've already got his birthday cards all made up. I made them myself. Garden of Banban themed. And I'm gonna use like that QR code for people to scan if they want to RSVP, because I am not gonna be paying for people who aren't going to show up. It's happened way too many times. I am done dealing with that kind of bullshit. It ends up being a waste of money in the end. And money is tight right now. And that's okay. It's not going to be like this forever. Money comes and goes. It ebbs and it flows. Just tired of being stuck, you know? Taking steps towards being unstuck. Having a ton of feelings become overwhelming. Crying it out. There's been multiple days of that. And it's okay. You gotta let it out. You can't just let it all sit, because then what? It just makes you more stuck. At least that's how I feel. Let it out. Let it flow. Breathe in, breathe out. Move on. Get stronger. That's what I've been trying to do. Believe me, it is hard. Especially when you have so many responsibilities stacked on top of one another. I'm just trying to blend this out. It's not coming out the way I want it to. That's okay. We're just gonna trust the process. This is one of those trust the process things. I haven't done like a actual makeup look for quite some time. So I'm lacking in my practice. And that's alright. I also forgot to powder my face. That's why it's so sticky. Oh shit, I just used the wrong color. Alright, actually let me go ahead and powder my face before I move on. It's not giving me what I want. Just to get rid of some of that tackiness and some of that shine. I feel like healthy, glowy skin, kind of like you see in like, I've been watching like a lot of K-pop stuff, but a lot of like Korean artists give people, it's more like a K-beauty standard, right? Is the glowing, beautiful, silky, smooth skin. I feel like the glowing skin look on me just looks too greasy. And if you know Douyin makeup, it's like a Chinese style makeup, it's more matte. And I feel like seeing those two beauty things, they both are absolutely beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong. To me, I would rather go more matte. Should I do black liner? Should I stay with this like little brown thing, brown liner? I don't know. I haven't done a winged liquid liner in such a long time. Again, my makeup for work is the base, my brows, lashes. That's it. I feel like this wing is lower than that wing, which happens to me quite often, which is why I stopped doing wings for a long time. That's okay. We'll work with what we've got. It's funny how this mostly turned into like a quiet get ready with me instead of an actual, like, you know, me talking. Seems to happen a lot with me, and that's okay. It's the type of person I am. Especially when I'm focused, like, I don't talk too much. I talk to myself. Okay, I talk to myself through the processes, thinking of what should happen next, but I don't tend to talk out loud very often. At least my thinking processes. Processes? I don't know. Also, I'm learning Korean. So there's that. I'm learning I'm learning the language. I speak Spanish, English, obviously. I know a little bit of American Sign Language. I could hold conversations in American Sign Language. What else? Like, what do you want to know about me? Blue, pink, purple, or green? I'm leaning more towards green today. Yeah, I like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry my hair, put my lashes on, and then we'll come back and see what we can do for lips. I will see you in a few seconds. That took longer than I wanted to, but that's okay. I couldn't find the lashes, like the super wispy lashes that I really like. I wore them yesterday. Yeah, I wore them yesterday. I thought I put them here on my vanity, but they're nowhere to be found. So I just did like cluster lashes, not luster, cluster lashes. And now I think we're gonna go in with a little bit of like a purpley lip. Yeah. This is the NYX, what is this? NYX Suede lip liner in Oh Put It On. This is the purple lip liner. I don't overline my lips. I don't like it how it looks on me. So I just follow the contour of my actual lips. I'm gonna go in with this purple. This is the NYX Duck Plump in the color Purple Plum. I'm using just a cotton swab to kind of spread it out because I don't want that much on my lips. I would use a brush, but then I hate using or cleaning lip brushes because of, you know, the gloss and stuff that gets caught in the bristles. I feel like it's not worth it. Ah, that's too much. Oh, it's okay, we can work with that. I think that looks pretty. Yeah, and that's it. I hope you like it. I know it wasn't really that much of a tutorial. It was more like a come see how I'm doing. For the next couple of videos, we're going to be playing Poppy's Playtime. I've played part of chapter 1. I haven't been able to get through chapter 1. Mostly because I keep getting caught by Huggy Wuggy. So, yeah, chapters 1 through 5. And that's going to be like a series. I'm going to keep doing the tarot thing. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.